Peter, the process is completely wrong when the soldiers have to make these requests. The government should have been proactive and granted the exemptions even before they left, surely.
Indeed, and therein lies the problem, the breathtaking hypocrisy, the double standards, the inconsistencies. And, I received a letter just a few days ago from the mother of an ADF soldier in Dubai, stuck there, sleeping on the floor of a gym, unable to get home, and particularly concerned about the double standards when a special exemption was provided to the NRL last week, where we saw wives and girlfriends of footy players arrive. And she actually wrote in that particular email, Laura, that she was disgusted, that she felt that they'd been kicked to the curb. These members of defence who have experienced atrocious conditions, wading through sewage and not showering for days, weeks on end, seeing babies being born on the side of roads, women wading through sewage with newborns and hurled over fences, plus many more atrocities. They have put their lives on the line. These are heroes. They've worked tirelessly to do their job, and they are treated like this. And, of course, the real issue here, I think, Laura, is it underscores the lack of empathy, the lack of compassion, and it's almost as if the decision makers, the politicians, have lost control of the process because the faceless bureaucrats in Queensland Health are running the show. And, I've got no doubt that Chief Health Officer Jeanette Young has put the queue in the rack and is eyeing off the Governor's house over there in Paddington, where she'll be sworn in on November 1. There has to be a circuit breaker here, Laura, and until you actually complain to the media and it goes on the front page of a newspaper, and we saw that last week with little Memphis, he wouldn't be in the arms of his parents right now if it wasn't for the fact that the media picked up the story. So it just goes to show that the decision-making in Queensland it's gone awry. They need to put a bomb under Queensland Health. They need to get rid of a lot of the senior people there, because at the moment they are a disgrace.
Yeah, and it seems that they're kind of tripping over themselves, Peter, in trying to treat everyone as equals, where this is a case where soldiers should not be treated as equals. They should be given special treatment. They should be given special exemptions, and they shouldn't have to put in a request like everyone else to return home for special quarantine exemptions. We spoke to Heston Russell this morning. Peter Stefanovic did it on his show. This is what he had to say.
The system is broken. There needs to be federal intervention here. Absolutely. You imagine those servicemen and women feeling that they're not respected enough to be able to come home to their own country after deploying to do their job. It's almost criminal, mate.
Look, the thing is, Peter, there is no doubt that Queensland is going to allow this to happen, but it's just the question over the delay and why they weren't proactive and why there has to be this process for our own soldiers.
And it's the lethargy, and it's the apathy, and it's the inconsistencies, and it's the lack of compassion. And, when you get the mother of a person serving this country who's been in Afghanistan, and obviously they talk to them and, they understand the conditions that they are working in, and then they get stopped from coming back to their hometown because they're stuck in Dubai. They write to the media. They are absolutely exasperated and frustrated at the lack of action. And as you say, it all comes down to the timing. The problem here is that you are seeing such inconsistencies with the policy making. You are seeing dumb decisions being made to allow, the wives and girlfriends of footy players to come here, despite the fact that the house full sign had already been put up on hotel quarantine. And then, as you say, quite rightly, why is the ADF having to even apply to come back? This should have been proactive. There should have been a decision made as soon as they are aware of it, Queensland Health. Now, there's varying reports as to when they've been made aware. The Health Minister this morning is saying it was last Friday when the ADF got in touch. The woman, the mother who wrote to me, said it was 3.5 weeks ago. They've been in Dubai for 3.5 weeks. So, and the problem we've got here is that the spin that comes from Queensland Health cannot be believed, because every time we raise an issue with them, they come out with a different story. So I'd rather take the word of the mother of a digger than the Queensland Health Minister at this point.